We are here with Allie Cross, the first race director of the 3.2 Run of Remembrance at Virginia Tech, and now the director of recreational sports. And we're going to ask her a few questions about this event. So a 5K is 3.1 miles. Why 3.2 miles?
Yeah, we selected 3.2 to recognize the 32 Hokies that we lost in 2007 on April 16th.
Yeah, so how did this event become one of the long-standing memorial events for the Day of Remembrance?
So it was actually requested. We had students that year and alumni who both reached out and said what they thought would be really wonderful is to have a community run or community walk. That was a form of healing through movement and being together in a large group. That would be something they'd like to see happen. And then the rec sports department, we were thrilled to jump in and take that on to bring it to reality.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what does this event mean to you and your department?
It's meant a lot to us. It's not only been something that we feel privileged to get to do for the community, but I think it's been a source of our own healing. It's been a way for us to kind of pour our thoughts in that day into service to the campus community.
Yeah, so going back in time, what was the first year like for the event?
So the first year, in 2008, as the first anniversary of the shootings was about to occur, people started to think about what do we want to do, and so that was when the idea for the run came about. We really didn't implement the run until 2009. That was the first event, and when we were preparing the event, we assumed there would be 500 to 1,000 people showing up. We had a route that started on the Alumni Mall over by Schultz, that is a building that's not there anymore. And we were set up ready for 500 to 1,000 people to show up, and 6,000 people showed up that day. And we were thrilled. We realized maybe this event hits people the way that we need it to give them an outlet on a day that's like this.
Yeah. So could you tell us a little bit more about the route and the significance of that route?
It took us a little bit to get to the route that we currently use now. By 2011, I think, is the year that we established the route that we currently use. And part of us having to grow that route is because of the number of people. We've had up to 16,000 people that have come to do the event. And the very first year, we wanted to stay really in the heart of campus. And so we just did laps around the drill field and realized with 6,000 people running circles around the drill field, it wasn't pleasant to get 3.2 miles that way. So we've moved the route around campus, hitting some of the highlights of campus. Starting and ending at the drill field was the most critical part. We wanted to start and end by the drill field where the memorial is, but not right at the memorial, so it keeps its space for people that need to grieve and celebrate the lives of the Hokies that we have stones for. And then as you go around the 1 mile mark and we're at Grove, we've got a quote that was developed by one of the students on the planning committee for the first year. And then we have a cappella groups that are over there. So it's a very reflective portion of the run. Then as you hit Washington Street, we do go into the stadium. Our goal of that was to find a place where Hokies come together all the time, and the football stadium is one of those places where we can celebrate being Hokies together, but then end back at the drill field and be in community.
Yeah, it's an awesome route. So tell us a little bit more about who participates each year.
The very first year we did it, 75% of the runners and walkers were all current students. And as time's gone on, we've really noticed that our 30% of the runners in the last year that we did it in person were guests and community members. There's a large number of alumni that come back. And so we really want the event to be that thing for the whole community. And we've, the last 2 years we've had to do it virtually. And so we've even been able to kind of extend that event to people that are not even in Blacksburg.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so any parting words to share with all the Hokies out there?
Yeah, one thing that I would love to say to our current students who may have been 3 years old, 5 years old, as I think about we're at that 15-year mark, and that they may not remember the day and know how things felt on campus and what all we went through and how we pulled together. But this is part of our history. It's the experience that we had as Hokies, and it means a lot to still come together, even if they don't know much about how that day went for us. But for all Hokies to come together and still participate, whether it's the run or walk that is what they want to do to be reflective that day, or whether there's some other event, but to come together as Hokies on that day still means a lot.
Yeah, great, thank you.